Hey, man. Glad you could make it.
Alright, boys and girls, it is time to talk about Sony 2025 and what we think we're going to get this year. I'm a little bit salty with them. Nothing's new with that. But I'm going to try to be as positive as possible. They just dropped the ball pretty much as big as they possibly could have last year with the Concorde. A lot of us are not very happy with this intergalactic whatever it looks like. We have a whole lot of chicks with swords running around nowadays. Nothing necessarily wrong with it. I love Stellar Blade. But we need more than just samurai games and hack and slash on the PS5 console. We also just did a 2025 Nintendo wish list. We're going to be doing an Xbox One as well. We keep it console around here. This is the game Thoughts, humble opinions, trouble, strategy. Let's get into it. Now first off, Helldivers 2, we're going to get plenty of content for that in the next year. There's going to be plenty of live stuff that's going to be ongoing. Not going to really talk about third party as much. We're going to stick to like the first party, second party, and what the consoles themselves are going to be doing. We got a PS5 Pro, but there's not a whole lot to play on it. I don't really think it's worth getting anyway. We haven't even maxed out what these consoles can do. The devs need to get better at optimization. I really am hoping that with that crossover for Killzone and the fact that a lot of us, as cool and beautiful as the Horizon Zero Dawn games are, we've all been waiting for Killzone to come back. I actually loved the last one they put out years ago on the PS4. It was one of the launch titles, played a lot of that, really good multiplayer as well. Sony needs a multiplayer win, they're trying to push that. Concorde was not it. You should have given us The Last of Us 2 multiplayer. Still mad about that one. Anyway, we know we're supposed to get Ghost of Yotai, that'll be cool. And the Phantom Blade Zero, whatever that's gonna be. But like I said, what are we getting besides hack and slash? What is the multiplayer stuff we're gonna get? But my main thing, the main thing that I want, and the main thing that I will be absolutely disappointed if we do not get, is the Wolverine game. I'm scared because it's going to have the Sweet Baby Ink stuff all over it. Hopefully that can get tweaked and messed with some now that we're shifting gears a little bit. But Spider-Man 2, as good as it was, from the get-go, it was all over the place. They're even trying to replace Peter with Miles, and it's just like, no dude, don't do it. That being said, I would like to see X-23, but if you make a Wolverine game and you tone down the violence and try to make him something that he's not, I'm just, ugh. Please don't do it. We need a win, and that is a character that could have such a huge franchise around him and has so much potential to go back in time, forward in time. Like, he could have just as many games as Spider-Man. And also, with that being said, with Sony still having the rights to the Spider-Man, where's the damn Venom game? Where's that spinoff at? We need to have that as well. Jumping around though here, I really don't think we're going to get the Killzone game as much as I would like to have it. I don't see it happening. And even if we do get it, I don't think that enough time has gone by. I really don't know how big that studio is. I know they're one of the flagship titles. But anyway, if nothing else, maybe a Bluepoint remaster. We haven't gotten anything from Bluepoint since the Demon Souls remake. That would be an interesting one to see them work on. Maybe we can finally get the Bloodborne 2 remake. Sorry, I'm getting too grandiose. Can't help myself sometimes. And also, make sure you guys let me know what you'd like to see from them in this next year. And how are you feeling about the state of Sony in general? I feel like we really don't know a hell of a lot of what's going on. There's a lot of dead studios and franchises they could bring back that I don't think they'll ever do. And I mentioned it briefly on the Helldivers video I put out recently. I would really like to see Zipper Interactive come back, or at least the SOCOM franchise come back. Not in the hero shooter form. Make it like the Helldivers formula. Won't get into it, we talked about that a lot already. But Sony has plenty of things they could bring to the table that are not the same old stuff they're giving us. That being said, I understand why we have so many sword games. They all sell well. That's fine. I like RPGs and stuff too, and I love action games. I just want to see something a little different. Because everything's just kind of feeling too samey nowadays. But yeah, realistically, I know we'll get plenty of indie games and the third-party titles and all that, but I want to know, like, what are the 4 or 5 big, this is Sony, this is the reason to have a PlayStation, this is our exclusive. That's the reason I have a PlayStation anyway. I like to play the exclusives and fighting games on PlayStation for the most part. Everything else I prefer on my Xbox. That's just how it is. But, like, I want a reason to have the PS5, and for the people that use their money and buy the PS5 Pro, y'all deserve more than just upgrades for the games you already have. We need the reasons to have the PS5 Pro. And I personally don't think the Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out this year. I really hope it will, but we'll see what happens. And it can't just be that. That can't be the only reason. Even though we're going to be playing that game for the next 10 or so years. It would be interesting to see what's next from Sucker Punch. I know there's some things that I'm blanking on that they haven't shown us. We'll get a Sony showcase here in the near future. But as of right now, it's just the most blind we've been for what they have going on in a very, very long time. Last year was saved by the third parties and the second parties, so we're good on that. Silent Hill 2 Remake was amazing. Helldivers 2 was awesome. Y'all liked Astrobot. I would never play that personally. I'd play Mario and Crash Bandicoot a million times before I'd play a new platformer. That's just me. That's fine. Y'all do your thing. At this point, whenever they've made some of the decisions they made over this last year, I don't even know what they're thinking by any means anymore. And the things that I would think make sense, I just don't even think will ever happen. Because when you cancel a multiplayer that half of your fan base is asking for, just to put out something no one asked for and lose more money than ever, and you're not even really a multiplayer first type of company, it's just wild. Now we have more live services and stuff like that coming out we don't know about yet, so we'll see what happens with that. But overall, what the hell's going on, Sony? We need to know. We need to know when stuff is coming out. At the same time, don't rush things. Don't announce things too early. But let us know something. Not just for the shareholders, but for the fans. That's pretty much all I gotta say for Sony for right now, guys. We're really early in the year. Just wanted to bring y'all something quick and fun. Let me know what you think. What do you guys want to see? This has been the Game Thoughts. We'll see you next time.
Thanks a million, kid. But I saved you. Really?